That night, everything was calm. The girl slept peacefully, her breathing soft and steady. The green stuffy rested in her arms, and Mouse hung halfway off the edge of the bed like always. Moo sat close by, watchful and warm. Then Lumi's eyes twinkled open. He stretched his little paws and looked over at Moo. "Adventure?" he whispered. Moo smiled gently. "Yes, but this one might be a little different." Lumi sat up straighter. "Different how?" Moo tilted her head and said, "Come with me." And so they walked out of the room and over to the living area. And then they looked at the window and saw that moonlight was pouring in, brighter than usual, like it was trying to show them something. "Come see," she said. They climbed down quietly and padded across the floor. The moonlight had gathered into a long glowing strip, stretching from the window all the way across the room. It didn't look like light anymore. It looked like a path. Lumi stepped onto it carefully. It felt warm. "Whoa," he whispered. Moo joined him. "Follow it." They walked together. The glowing path gently lifted under their feet, and then the room melted away. They found themselves standing in a wide open sky, not falling, not floating, just standing on something soft and glowing. Clouds shaped like giant flowers stretched all around them, blooming slowly in the night air. Each one shimmered with its own gentle color: soft blues, warm golds, quiet pinks. Above them, stars drifted lazily, like they were taking a slow walk of their own. Lumi's mouth fell open. "This place is amazing." Moo nodded. "The sky garden. It doesn't show up every night." Lumi took a step forward and gently touched one of the cloud flowers. It glowed brighter under his paw. "It feels like," he paused, thinking, "like a hug." Moo smiled. "That's a good way to describe it." As they wandered deeper into the garden, Lumi noticed something unusual. One of the stars wasn't drifting like the others. It was stuck, low, tangled in a tall cloud flower, and it wasn't glowing very much. "Uh-oh," Lumi said, pointing. "That one looks sleepy." Moo followed his gaze. "Let's take a look." They climbed the soft cloud stem together, bouncing a little with each step. When they reached the top, they found the star nestled in the petals, dim and flickering. Lumi crouched beside it. "Hi there." The star gave a tiny flicker in response. "I think it's stuck," Lumi said. Moo nodded. "Sometimes stars drift too low and forget how to float back." Lumi frowned. "Can we help it?" Moo looked at him. "What do you think?" Lumi thought very hard. Then he smiled. "I have an idea." Lumi stood up on the petal and took a deep breath. "Okay," he said to the star. "We're going to practice." The star flickered weakly. "First," Lumi said, "you need a little bounce." He gently tapped the petal. Boing! The flower bounced softly and the star wiggled a little. Moo chuckled. "That's a start." "Again," Lumi said. Boing! The star lifted just a tiny bit. Lumi grinned. "See, you can do it." Moo joined in, tapping another petal. Boing, boing! The whole flower began to bounce gently. The star started to glow brighter. A little stronger, a little braver. "Now," Lumi said, "try to float." The star shimmered. It lifted just a bit, then sank again. "It's okay," Lumi encouraged. "Try again." The star flickered, lifted, hovered, and then slowly it rose, up above the petals, up into the open sky. It glowed brighter and brighter until it matched the others, drifting happily along. Lumi clapped his paws. "You did it!" Moo smiled proudly. "Well done, both of you." As the stars drifted away, the garden seemed to wake up. The cloud flowers began to shimmer and change colors. The stars twinkled faster. Lumi looked around. "It feels like it wants us to play." Moo nodded. "It usually does." "Then let's play," Lumi said. He jumped from one flower to another, each step making them glow brighter. Moo followed, a little slower but just as steady. Soon they were hopping across the garden, lighting up flowers like stepping stones. Blue, gold, pink, each jump made a soft, happy sound with a quiet chime. Lumi laughed. "This is the best game ever." Moo smiled. "You're very good at it." Lumi paused for a moment. "Do you think the girl is dreaming about this?" Moo looked up at the sky. "Maybe," she said. "Or maybe she's just feeling how happy it is." Lumi nodded. "That makes sense." After a while, the glow began to soften. The stars slowed. The flowers gently closed their petals. Moo looked at Lumi. "It's time." Lumi gave one last bounce. "One more jump." He leapt to the tallest flower and landed with a soft poof. It lit up brighter than all the others. Then the moonlight path appeared again. They stepped onto it together, and the sky garden faded away. They returned softly right where they had started. They walked back into the room, and the girl was still asleep, peaceful and safe. The green stuffy rested in her arms. Mouse hadn't moved. Moo climbed back to her spot. Lumi curled up beside the girl. Before closing his eyes, he looked at Moo. "That was different," he whispered. Moo nodded. "Those are my favorite kinds." And that night, far above the house, one star glowed just a little brighter than the others. And if you looked very closely, you might have seen it bounce just a little, exactly the way it was meant to be.